third graders. Today I'm going to show you how to find our virtual library in Clever and then make a book recommendation about a book you really like that's in the virtual library on Padlet. So the first thing you're going to need to do is open a new Google tab. When you have Chrome open, I'm looking at Canvas right now, but any internet page works. Whenever you have it open, you can always click on this plus sign up here at the top of my screen next to all of my tabs. That will add a new tab for a new internet page. If you don't have Chrome open already, you can just click on the icon down at the bottom and that will open it. So since I already have it open, I'm going to click on the plus sign now, and now I have a new page ready to go. So first I'm going to go to the virtual library, and remember we get there through going on Clever. So I'm logging into Clever. Remember, third graders, my Clever page looks a little different than yours will because I'm a teacher, but I'm going to scroll down to my digital classroom library. So here is all of our grade level libraries. Your teacher probably showed you this today in class, but I'll go over it really quick one more time. So you can choose any grade level library that you want to, but for this assignment, we're going to choose the third grade library because we're third graders. And then you get to find your book bin. So hopefully you all know your reading level by now, and you can search through these rectangles to find your book bin that is your level. Now notice this is taking a while for all of these books to load because there's hundreds of books on this page. So it actually does take quite a while for them all to get loaded. You can just wait and be patient, kind of scroll through. I didn't notice before that there are different series here also. My class knows that I love the Ramona series, so I'm going to have to check out this book bin here with lots of Ramona books. Looks like we've got some Amplify, some science books here, some nonfiction with different topics. This is a really, really awesome resource for you to explore. But I'm going back. It looks like most of our level bins are loading now. So I'm going to click on, well, I'm not going to open a bin, but I'm going to look in this level MNO bin because I'm level N. That's what we usually, that's what we hope that our third graders start the year at. So I'm going to look through the level N bin and look for a book that I already know I like. Now, you also should have spent some time during your independent time looking at these books. So maybe you even had a chance to read some of these. So if you have one that maybe is new, but you already read it, you can choose to recommend that one also. Let's see, I did see one that I already knew. I'm going to go back and find it. This one, The Terrible Two. I know that book. I have it in my classroom in my library in my classroom. So I am going to recommend this book on my Padlet. Remember, I can also just click on this book and I'll be able to, oh, I'm sorry, you're not going to click on the book. You're going to click on, where the title is here on Epic, and that will take you to where you can actually read the book. It opens a new tab in Epic, and if you've already signed into Epic, it will go right to the book and I can read it here if I want to. But since I've already read this book a different time, I'm not going to read it right now. So I just know that it's on the virtual library page, so I'm going to use it as my book recommendation. It's called The Terrible Two by Mac Barnett and Jory John. So now that I know what book I'm going to use, I need to go back to Canvas to get to my Padlet. So I already have Canvas open here and a tab, but if you don't have it open, remember you would just click the plus sign here to open a new tab. So you're going to go to your assignment page for the third grade book recommendations. I already have it open, but once again, remember if you don't have it open, you're going to click on the Monday circle M and find that assignment. And there should be a link on your assignment page that your teacher left there that takes you to the Padlet. My link says click here to go to the Padlet. And there will be some more instructions next to this link for you to see, but I haven't put them in there yet. Either way, you're going to find the link that talks about going to the Padlet and you're going to click on it. So here I go. Now this is also going to open up in a new tab. So this is my class's Padlet. It has a name over here, third grade book recommendations. and it has some directions here. Click on the pink plus sign to add a text box. Use your text box to type a book recommendation from our virtual library. Then comment on someone else's recommendation if you want to. So my first direction was click on the pink plus sign to add a text box. So the pink plus sign, third graders, is down here in the corner. Pretty hard to miss. It's pretty big and bright. So I'm going to click on that, and it brought up a text box for me. Now I want everybody to use your own name as the title. That way it's going to keep it nice and organized. Type in your own name as the title at the top. Then you're going to type in your book recommendation. So a really good way to start your sentence of your book recommendation is, I recommend a book, and then put the title of the book. So the title of my book was The Terrible Two. And then we want to put the author by, and I can't remember the author, so I'm going to go back to my tab up here. See how I have all my tabs open still? I'm going to click on the tab that says Third Grade Digital Classroom Library. And here it is. I can remember now, The Terrible Two by Mac Barnett and Jory John. So I'm going to go back to my third grade Padlet tab and click that in there. Mac Barnett and Jory John. That's my first sentence, the book that I recommend. I recommend the book, The Terrible Two by Mac Barnett and Jory John. Then I need to put why I recommend that book. So I'm actually going to make it be the same sentence. I'm going to use a good connector word, because. I recommend the book Terrible Two by Mac Barnett and Jory John because it has really fun illustrations and the two main characters are very funny. I gave 2 reasons, but you can only give 1 if you want to. Those are my 2 favorite things about that book. So now I've written my recommendation. Now I can make this text box look kind of interesting if I want to. So I can click on these 3 dots here. That always means more choices. Oh, that's not where I do it. I'm sorry. So I'm going to just click enter right now. I forgot. So when I'm done typing, I click enter, or I just click outside of the text box, and then the 3 dots are up here. So once you get out of the text box, you just click anywhere else around it to get out. And then you're going to click on these 3 dots up here, and that's where you can make it a different color if you want to. My favorite color is purple. Okay, now third graders, you might notice that there's a space for a comment. So after you've come here and you've left your own recommendation, you have an option to go comment on someone else's. So if you come here after me, you can comment on my recommendation, or you can comment on a classmate's recommendation. Remember, our comments are always going to be respectful and useful. So a comment that somebody might type onto mine is, I've read this book too. I really like it. And then now my comment is there. When I was done, I could press enter or that arrow that came up. And now you notice there's a space for somebody else to add a comment. So normally you're not going to comment on your own recommendation. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this by clicking on those 3 dots. Let me show you one more time. When I hover my mouse over top of my comment, 3 dots come up. I'm going to click on them and I'm going to delete it, because we don't want to leave a comment on our own recommendation. But remember, you can comment on somebody else's. All right, third graders, once you've put it in there, it's done. It's already saved on there and you don't have to do anything else. So since this assignment is done on a different website, you're not actually going to turn anything in on Canvas, but your teacher will be able to find that you did the assignment by looking at their own Padlet. Okay, third graders, have fun exploring your digital library and have fun using the Padlet to make some recommendations. Good luck.